In news just in, former Northern Cape ANC Chair Block and Trifecta Director Christo Scholtz have both been sentenced to an effective 15 years imprisonment. In her sentencing, Judge Matebe Patswane pointed out that there shouldn't be two separate justice systems for the rich and the poor. Block and Trifecta Director Christo Scholtz were convicted on charges of corruption and money laundering. Well, from on that story, we're now joined on the line by reporter Ulrich Hendricks, who's been following the sentencing proceedings for us. Ulrich, good afternoon to you once again. So the sentence has been handed down, but what exactly did the judge give as her remarks when she gave out the sentence?
Hi, good afternoon, Alicia. Well, she spoke about, like you said in the intro, about having the same justice for the rich and the poor, and that this case was actually, or aggravation of this case that she found, was that these were very powerful people, and people who had high positions, like the former HOD and the late Yolanda Botha, who was also one of the accused, who then became in this corrupt relationship with the Trifecta companies. So basically denying us, and as the public and the poor as well, they are the victims. And she spoke at length as well about the trust that we have in public service and as well in elected officials. As she handed down the sentence to Block and Scholtz. Block, of course, both of them received 15 years for corruption. Both of them also received 12 years for money laundering. Those sentences are running concurrently, so they will serve an effective 15 years in jail. The various companies, the Trifecta companies, received fines of between 75 and 150,000 rand. And John Block's company, Cesano, did not receive a fine because it's basically dormant now. So tomorrow they are lodging an appeal. Their bail has been extended, so they have a grace period for the evening before they lodge their appeal tomorrow morning.
But I mean, Ulrich, we spoke about this earlier on. What happens to the latest application now that Mr. Block actually launched against the judge? What happens to that? I mean, is this anything to do with the appeal that is going to take place tomorrow now?
She dealt with that application just before she read out the sentence. Mm-hmm. She dismissed that application. As you recall, that application was an application for special entry, where John Block laid a complaint with the JSC, and then also made the application for a special entry. That related to evidence, he said, witnesses that alleged that they had a conversation between Judge Patswane and another unidentified judge, who then Judge Patswane apparently conceding in the conversation that the evidence is not enough to convict Block, but the other unidentified judge then told her to find him guilty. So she dismissed that application, saying that it's hearsay evidence. Mm-hmm. There was no, except John Block's affidavit, no one else made an affidavit to that effect, although in the application, John Block's lawyers did allude that they are willing to make affidavits and sworn statements to the JSC, if needed.
Thank you so much for that update. That is Ulrich Hendricks, live to us on the line from Kimberley.